Why, hello everyone, it's GleeCon, and I am back once more. Thank you for joining me. We are going to slide back into our vanilla walkthrough. All of the quests that have not been removed in over 20 years of play. They may have been tweaked, but the quest codes are the same, and we're more or less doing the same thing. So stay a while and listen. We're going to take Gli Furioso back into Teldrassil. He pretty much he did about half of it, and we'll probably hit that other half today. Ideally, we also wrap up our last starting zone by creating an undead. We haven't covered Tirisfal Glades, so we're going to start by doing a quest called Rellian Greenspyre. Gli Furioso, can you take one of the seeds you bought me to my friend Rellian Greenspyre? He's a druid that resides at Wellspring Hovel. When last we spoke, he revealed his interest in my work with the Timberlings. He had some ideas himself and will appreciate a specimen seed to work with. Thank you, Gli Furioso. I hope that someday you will see the fruit of my labors. You'll find Wellspring Hovel along the road heading west out of Dolinar on the way to Darnassus. Alright, and we are going to take cat form on. Let's get a few herbs as another cat form. Very, very popular. I mean, I guess when you're not even level 10 yet, there is no real decision to be made. Just coming around and fighting. Elemental particles. We're gonna go. Yeah, Teldrassil, the Burden of the Kaldorei, I think is the next quest on our list. So it looks like, yeah, perhaps we can actually pick that quest up too on the way. Why not, right? Let's check that out. That is picked up by Corithris Moonrage. So let's see how that goes. We're close to being able to pick up the Blade Leaf stuff. We do have... This is one of our highest zones so far. We got 68% just about of Teldrassil boxes checked. Pretty cool. I think it's in large part because this zone hasn't changed very much. Yeah, we're getting a lot of Mage Royal over here. That's going to be a pre... Also, this is just a great way to get XP. This is going to really help this character zoom through the leveling process. I mean, we're going to hit level 10 just getting these herbs. There we go. I need some Peace Bloom to kind of find out what we're doing. I'm just going on an herb collecting adventure over here, even though this is kind of taking me away. When I'm back in town, we need to be able to get to 20 alchemy. Let's get this guy too. And things are just so easy to kill now. There you go. Two things. Oh, we just reached level 9. So we just gained the OP, Mark of the Wild. We also gained Growl. Growl is a taunt. It is a great, helps you be a tank. It's awesome. If we take Bear off, we now gain Mark of the Wild. We're going to add that to the bottom. Mark of the Wild is just a buff. And now, gives you a 60-minute buff. So, that's good. I don't know how that compares to where it was before. I also think it does it to, like, if you're in a group, yeah, if it's a target is in your raid, everyone. So one cast amplifies the entire raid. But Mark of the Wild is the best, pretty much passive buff. Now it gives you versatility as opposed to it used to just do a little bit of everything. Versatility, I would have to look at character stats. Versatility, yeah, look how everything's been streamlined now for stats. It's either strength, intellect, stamina, or armor. Now that's different for, I think, depending on your class, that whether your intellect, agility, or strength changes. Stamina is your health and armor. So they got rid of Spirit. And then they've combined Intellect. Each class now only has to rely on either Intellect, Dexterity, or Strength, so they've condensed the other stats. I think there's going to be a further stat squish that happens with this upcoming patch. I read something about that. And then critical strike, of course, is useful. Versatility, I think that's the one that does something different for each character class. For us, it increases damage and healing done, and decreases damage taken. That might be what it does for everybody. I don't know. Alright, that loop of healing, that loop of herbalism, I think we're good enough. Oh, I got a peace bloom from him. Now we're going to head up into the world here, back over to the road, and get ourselves... I thought we might aggro that guy. Get ourselves into making our way back to Dolinar so we can pick up that other quest. Says it's available. A lot of the time if it pops on the map as available, it truly is. Alright, let's hit the road with a run here. Oh, we are in. We made it back to town. Whoopsie. Alright, so... Who do I need to talk to? Some bear claw dude. That guy. Tirisfal Moonrage. Ah, so now we've done whatever it is that we need to do. This guy's a restoration druid. And now we can pick it up. Teldrassil, the burden of the Kaldorei. You must now visit the moonwell that rests under the boughs of the oracle tree far to the northwest. The first and most powerful of our wells, its waters are said to possess the very essence of Elun's powers. Retrieve a phial of its water and return to me. I'll meet you at the crossroads in front of Darnassus when your task is complete. Did that guy at level 12 just fly off? Can you fly from the beginning now? I'm going to try it when we hit level 10. Alright, so we need to go visit that well, and then I think you come back to him. Alright, so as far as alchemy goes, not Cataclysm, let's stay on Classic. Go ahead and, yeah. I think we gotta create healing potions up the wazoo. Okay, perfect. So we've gotten 20 quests now. I mean, 20 alchemy points. Let's go check out that quest. Can we cook anything right now? Oh, failing classic. No, we have not gotten any herb. We can buy herb baked bread and stuff like that, I guess, but. Alright, so she now should. Yeah, elixirs for the blade leaves. Our herb and alchemy shop is booming, but my husband spends so much time mixing potions that we never have time for each other. Can you help us? You can bring me a supply of pre-made elixirs, then I would be happy to trade with you. I have some rare herbs that you might find useful. We need two elixirs of Lion's Strength and 2 elixirs of Major Defense. The Lion's Strength we already have. Oh no, we need 6 elixirs of Lion's Strength. And 2 elixirs of Minor Defense. I gotta go find that house. We have the resources to make the other elixir of Strength. Pretty sure the minor defense is Earth Root.
Peace be with
Alright, oh no, Weak Troll's Blood is what we have now learned. So maybe we can already have minor defense too. Yeah, we can. Alright, so we need 1 Lion Strength. And we're done on Crystal Vials. That's what's hurting us. So, as far as minor defense goes, we have no Crystal Vials, so we gotta buy another stack of those. That's not from that guy. Can you teach me anything? Well, now he can teach me Cataclysm Herbalism. I don't know why that wasn't on the docket before. Alright, we have to go up and to the resource trainer. Or to the trade goods person, I mean, to buy more crystals. That's in the taller... Yeah, we gotta go to the second floor of this. And then we might have enough. I don't know. I think we do. I think we already have enough Silverleaf to finish off this quest. Should be cool. Hello, my friends. We are awesome.
Hello.
Give me another stack. Thank you. What about you with general supplies? You don't have anything good. I don't need your bags. The game has just been raining bags down on my head. For this character. Alright, so let's buy 2 minor defense. That is exactly what we have enough for. And then she's going to complete our...
What brings you here?
She's going to give us the mats back.
Asha
Hello, Glee Furioso. Do you have the elixirs to trade?
Elune like
These are nicely mixed. You take great care in your trade, Glee Furioso. That is important for an alchemist. Here are your herbs freshly gathered. May you use them well. Okay, so elixirs for the blade leaves has been added on. That is fantastic. That is actually... We're going to have to make a new color for that one. Elixirs for the blade leaves. I don't know what color I want alchemy to be. Let's see. I liked... Uh-oh, my lawn person's here. Sorry for the background. So it's a double whammy because it's making my dog freak out. So what color would be good for alchemy? How about like this bluish color? No, that might be better for fishing. We already have a couple brownish ones. We are ultimately going to need blacksmithing. We are going to need mining. We'll make jewel crafting, I think, could be good for pink. We need engineering. So maybe let's do like a shade of green. Like one of the shades of green can be for... How about this like little color right there? That little sea color. Okay. You know, it's a lot of really important planning that goes into this show. Like, what color will my panels be for alchemy? I mean, you can see it's a scientific process. All right, let's go ahead and we do have, that's great. Because now we have what is needed to start making use of the rest of our herbs. Okay, we are now at 25. And now they can teach me mana potion. Look at you. Thanks guys. Mana requires silver leaf though. So let's just keep cranking these guys out. One more. What else does mana potion require? Silver leaf and mage oil, yeah. Okay, so that's good because now we can kind of mix and match everything else. Perfect. So we do have a bunch of peace bloom still. That is what it is. We are at 29.
Goddess watch over you.
And we have a nice little assortment of buffs. So we need to fill that up. Let's sell. Find a vendor here. How about you, buddy?
I'm listening.
We'll sell these spider things. I don't need these mushroom caps. I'm good. I am level 9, so if I look at my character class here, I would lose an armor, but I would gain an intellect, 2 stam, a crit, and a haste. So even though it's not my preferred armor type, I'm gonna wear it for now. The sword I can't do anything about. My character class doesn't use swords. Half-wilted flowers, broken vines. I might as well clear these all out first. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. And then these pants. Now, what's different? Haste and versatility. I guess so. So basically, would I rather have a crit or a versatility? I guess I'd rather have versatility. Oh my gosh. They're ridiculous. And some cloth boots. These are +1 intellect and +1 stamina. Now, I do think there is something that is not being said here. And that is that the... Spit it out, spit it out, spit it out.
Asha Fela.
The type of armor, I think, now directly contributes to your threat. And we don't... Where's Mossy Tumors at? Up there. Alright, so now we have to leave. So, like, for instance, since I want to be a tank, and as a druid, I'm going to generate more threat as a bear. If I wear leather. I've been under the weather for off and on for weeks now. My brain is just not where it's at. So alright, we're going to go back out into the world. I saw a couple herbs, and it's kind of on the way, so I decided to keep coming up here. Also, we are so close to getting to level 10. Really, what is skyrocketing our XP compared to our other character classes, even good old Gleevenger, who, you know, did what needed to be done in Elwyn, and completed essentially a whole zone. As of right now, more quests, if you look at our spreadsheet. Although we're catching up. I mean, we've got that many, and I think we are going to meet or exceed that quest count. I mean, we got a couple more coming up right now. Rellian Greenspyre. It's pretty great. We're going to go turn that one in, and then I think he's going to give us the Mossy Tumors. We also have this Teldrassil Burden of the Kaldorei. We're going to pick that up too. There's a Tears of the Moon quest. That's one of the ones that we've been sitting on, needing. I guess I should continue to use this. As we putter around this zone, the great zone of Teldrassil. You know, and the worst parts of Teldrassil have improved now. There's a skinning trainer and a leatherworking supply person.
I am listening.
The Wellspring Hovel. Hello. How may I help you?
Teldrassil.
Ah, a Timberling seed. I wanted to try growing one of these to help Denalin with his studies, but I'm afraid I've discovered that a corruption has grown in many of the Timberlings, and seeds from such creatures carry their parents' taint. They are beyond my talents to repair. Denalin is very skilled with things that grow. He may find a cure for future Timberlings. He may be their only hope. Alright, so Mossy Tumors is the next one, but that one was called Rellian Greenspyre. Let's see if we can remember how to spell that. Rellian Greenspyre. Whoopsie, that needed to be of this color. I picked the wrong blue. Alright, so... And we'll now pick up Mossy Tumors. There's a malevolence growing in the Timberlings. We are trying to find the source, but until we do, in order to keep Teldrassil safe, we must cut down the Timberlings who are beyond help. Those that wander Wellspring Lake to the north are the most tainted. They must be removed. Destroy the Timberlings you find there and gather the Mossy Tumors growing upon them. Bring the tumors to me so that they can be burned. Okay, we'll do that. You know what? We're also going to drink one of our potions like that. Why not? And let's eat our food. We do have this little mossy egg, well-baked egg, herb-baked egg. Let's get some +1 stam. There we go. Alright, so as we move to the north now, we have two things up there. The Mossy Tumor, of course, and we can visit that well in a mo as well. As a matter of fact, I think we should. After Mossy Tumors. Oh, you know what? I haven't been looking, but yes, I'm pretty sure Mossy Tumors, yep, that's on the list. Rellian Greenspyre, I already know we checked that last time. That's on the list. And then this Teldrassil, the Burden of the Kaldorei, that's on the list. So all that is good, and it's in order. So if we look at what comes after Mossy Tumors, it's called the Enchanted Glade. So we can pick that up while we're there, and Tears of the Moon. Tears of the Moon is sitting at the top for us. And what about the Enchanted Glade? Yep. So all of these are... All they did was maybe tweak how the, like, operational components of the quest work. These quests are, like... The story of Teldrassil, as of Cataclysm, is more or less the exact same. Can't really complain. That's pretty cool. Okay, we got our first mossy tumor. Are they going to be... 100% drop rate? I don't know. So far, yes. I have noticed that I have a bad habit of, like, pregnant pausing. Starting, you know, my brain is like, processing, thinking, and I'll start the thought, and then, you know, before I necessarily have it all planned how I'm going to finish the thought. Or I have it planned, but I get distracted. I don't know. I haven't really, like, psychoanalyzed it that deeply yet, but I have noticed it more and more lately. As I, like, listen to some of, you know, this myself on tape more and more often, I also have people I work with, and, you know, I do a lot of the same thing where I'm kind of multitasking, where I'll be in a conversation with, like, my partner at work, and then I'll be also, like, simultaneously doing something on the computer, and it'll be like what's happening right now, where I'll be kind of pregnant pausing a lot, and she'll be like, come on, spit it out. There's just too many juicy herbs around here. I couldn't say no to all this business we got going on. You jerk with your poison. How dare you? That's another thing. To clear these herbs, and the killing is so fast on this character that there's, like, why would I say no to XP for, like, 2 clicks? That's another thing that's really pushing up what we do. I am a little bit... I was thinking about this last night. There is going to come a point when we make our other characters where we're going to have to decide to either redo some of the old content, like some of the ones we just did on video camera, or just grind like we're doing right now. Go, kill, grind to get... Like, when we make our Orc Warrior, particularly, like, even when we make our Druid and we make our Gnome, like, what am I going to do? First of all, I'm hoping that I can break my Gnome out of Gnomeregan without doing the quests. I am a little worried that you're going to be trapped in there, but I'm hoping not. Okay, we need one more Mossy Tumor. Go get that. Mage Royal. It's just too tempting to level up this alchemy, because this person, if we are ever going to have a person that's maxed out on classic alchemy, it's going to be this character. Which means this character should be our alchemist across the board. Will I make more alchemists for each expansion? Probably. And really, we're going to need... excuse me. I'm going to need 2 engineers. So we already know we only have... We've got 5... I mean, we have 4 characters left. This is our 5th one. So we have 4 characters left. And what do we need? We have a Skinner on both accounts, because my Hunter can be a Skinner and my... So we decided we're going to make my Rogue an Engineer, I think. That's fine. That's cool. Alright, here's where we fill up this water bottle. Oh, look, there's a little ghost guy right there, a shade of the Kaldorei. Okay, filling it up here. Great. Over time, Staghelm only grew more disconnected from our people. Some pose that he blames us, his people, for the loss of his son, long ago during the War of the Shifting Sands. Others cite rumors of his escalating conflicts with Tyrande Whisperwind, the shining light of our people, our leader in Darnassus. But many druids of the Solarian Circle stand firm that he wants only what is best for all of the Kaldorei, and serve him unerringly towards that end. Fandral Staghelm carries the burden of our sins and our follies, and in so doing deserves the respect of us all. Okay. I've always seen him... Look at this little bear tree. That's cool. I've always seen him as sort of villainous myself. While we're here, let's go ahead and pick up Tears of the Moon and the Shimmering Frond. Oh, not the Shimmering Frond. Enchanted Glade, Tears of the Moon. Shimmering Frond is going to be picked up out and about.
How may I help?
I was dispatched with a small group of sentinels here to protect the Oracle Tree from the harpies that make nests all around the glade. Little by little, we are trying to push them back. When the Oracle Tree attempted to send a runner to Darnassus with a report, the messenger was attacked and killed by a group of the harpies. If you feel up to the task, go to their nests, slay them, and return their belts to me as proof of your deeds. And this one. Lady Sathra was once beloved of Elune. Graceful and pure, the spider spun her silver threads through the moonlight, catching the evening mist. The silvery dew had strong healing powers and was kept at the nearby temple. But of late, Sathra has descended into madness. Her future generations are now threatened as well. Find Lady Sathra Glifurioso and end her suffering. She dwells northeast of here near the river. Gather her silvery spinnerets and bring them back to me. Okay. What else do we got here? Oh. A vendor with enchanting supplies. Cool. Yeah, I can sell some of this trash. Okay. Alright, so we have the harpies. We also need... I feel like before I get too far deep in that path, I want to go turn in these other two quests. The Teldrassil and the Mossy Tumors. I'm not going to get distracted. Don't do it. Because there might be more glady type stuff up that way. I'm not sure. Oh, there's Earth. Earth Root. We are gonna alchemy so hard. Okay, I will fight you. I mean, you're right there. I did not get a belt from that, but I did get slowed down through the power of ice. Frost, there we go. Give me your belt, you fool. I'm pretty sure the cool little infamous mist quest is still available up there. You stupid harpies. This one is the Teldrassil quest. There's also that Shimmering Frond quest up there. We need to pick that up. Yeah, Nature's Reprisal, Resident Danger, those two are quests we'll come back for because they're not actually, available anymore. Alright, so he's going to, I believe, send us on the next kind of
What brings you here?
path. Be in the presence of the Oracle Tree, it is almost to feel wisdom take form.
May the stars.
Along with the druids, the Oracle Tree has been carefully monitoring the growths of Teldrassil. Our observations have been disheartening, but all is not without hope. The tree is indeed recovering since its blessing, but the growth is still somehow stunted and hindered. We suspect some portion of the corruption remains within the tree, waiting to be cleansed. We simply need to find it. Alright, we leveled up, which is great. So that was called Teldrassil, the Burden of the Kaldorei. So that is awesome. Teldrassil, the Burden of the Kaldorei. Definitely the longest quest name we've had for this category thus far. Maybe the longest quest name we've had, period. And this is Refusal of the Aspects. Is that the next one?
I am honored.
No, the Coming Down. Is that Teldrassil, the Coming Down? That is part of it. There is one last moonwell that I would like you to visit. What about this Refusal of the Aspects? Did we miss that one? I don't know. It is directly south of here on the shores of the pools of Arlithrian. Be wary as you seek out the well and keep your weapons close at hand. I sense a growing corruption from the bowels of southern Teldrassil. When you have the water, I want you to bring it to a familiar face that you'll see at the pools. She wishes to battle the corruption and is asked for you personally. Cool. Alright, so what did we gain? We gained riding. We can now ride ground mounts. Okay. So cool, let's pick a mount that we want to ride. Actually, we don't need a mount on this character because we've also now gained travel form. We can turn into a stag, which is dope. We have gained, as a cat, we've gained the ability to do, well, for all of them, we've gained bark skin. Bark skin is a 1 minute cooldown, reduces the damage you take, prevents damage spellcast pushback. Can we use it when we are not in... Usable while stunned, frozen, incapacitated, feared, asleep, and in all shapeshift form. Yeah, why would I not want bark skin available? Actually, let's put that on my... Let's put it down here, because it is... should be available in all my forms. So let's take that out. Okay, swipe. Where do I don't see swipe. It's cat form and bear form. Swipe nearby enemies. Damage varies by shapeshifting form. So, yeah, this one requires cat form. So it's an AoE, and that's pretty cool. So that's good. So it awards a combo point, and it's AoE. I like that. Okay. And is there some kind of bear form version of swipe? Yes. So same exact thing. The difference being that instead of awarding a combo point, it is a rage... What's the difference? That's a rage generator. This one just nothing about it. It doesn't say that it costs rage. Yeah, it's just global cooldown, but it hits everybody around you. So that's a rage generator. This is just AoE. I like it. So now that's good because now you can kind of swipe. We gained our travel form, like I said, so that's awesome. We can now look at dungeons, battlegrounds, specs, and talents are important. It says flying mounts. Although we don't get flight form yet. Warsong Gulch, Arathi Basin. We have now gained the spell Second Wind. That's when we're skyriding. Cool. So now is where we go ahead and pick our spec. Yes, there are 4 specs. Restoration if you want to go tree form, feral cat, balanced moonkin. The Guardian, which is what we're going to take on, takes on the form of a mighty bear to absorb damage and protect allies. We use staffs and polearms, and we like agility. So we are going with Guardian tank form. Alright, so by picking that as our spec, we have learned Thrash and Frenzied Regeneration. So let's go to the spellbook, because for whatever reason, there's too much going on, and they're not... Oh, they added swipe outside of combat, that's why. Alright, so Thrash. Thrash is... Strikes... It generates rage, strikes the enemies, can stacks 3 times, it applies a bleed... Significantly better. Why would you ever use it? Oh, it has a 6-second cooldown. That's why. Okay. So it's a better form of swipe. So you would lead with Thrash, and then... Actually, I'm going to kind of switch my stuff here where I want my AoE to go first, because the goal would be to try to pull whatever I can from far away. Alright, and then Frenzied Regeneration, we gain that one as well. This allows me to heal for 20 health over 3 seconds. Yeah, so it is a... Talk that at the end. It does require 10 rage, and it increases healing received, so... Pretty cool form. I'm slowest in that form, but now that I have travel form, I don't care that much. So, that's awesome that we have picked our bear spec. This just... Movement gives me increased movement speed. Am I faster than a mount? I don't... Am I really that much faster than my cat? I look pretty freaking slow.
Can I assist?
Have you been to Wellspring Lake, Lee Furioso? Have you been hunting the Timberlings there? Well done. These tumors are the symptom of the Timberlings' disease. They're filled with a poison that we must cleanse from our new land. I will dispose of these tumors, thank you, Lee Furioso. Alright, so we can have a one-handed pruning knife for 1.1. And a one-handed... I mean, it's better damage.
Farewell.
So, I'm now honored with Darnassus. It's good. And even though my stats are not good, like, my actual DPS right now, if you look at... Can you even see that? Like, that increases my item level. Where is DPS? Now I have all of these added on. It's not... Weird. So... So even though it's not my preferred spec or item, it's such an increase over what we have. Oh, this person now has the quest Oakenscowl. We can pick that up too. Why not?
Greetings.
I figured it out. I had to rush here to find you. It's so simple, really. The corruption has spread from Timberling to Timberling, but there's but one that is the source. Oakenscowl. He's being poisoned by the largest tumor I have ever seen. I would call it gargantuan, even. Oakenscowl used to reside in a cave near my lake. Oh, Denowlin's over here now. So that's another thing. They've moved him so you don't have to travel across the zone. But has since found his way to a nook to the northeast of here. Lee Furioso, hunt down Oakenscowl and collect the tumor. Remove the source of corruption from my home. Alright, so now they've moved it to where Homeboy is around here. We also want the Shimmering Frond before we head down that way. Alright, so... It says that movement speed is increased. But does that feel faster than that? Not at all. Okay. So... I don't know what the point is of travel form at this stage in the game. Alright, so here's what we do now. Now that I'm on bear form, what we do is we aggro whoever we can. We try to pull as big of a stack as possible. Bark skin it up. Okay. Then once we have them all... Now, once we get better healing, then we make that easier. And because otherwise, you're like, well, what's the point? So that was a little more dangerous. I don't have a charge or anything yet either. But like, we do this over here too. Okay. Okay. Alright, so then I go ahead and heal myself. And what did we just get in the bag there? No. Okay, so we gain a new belt. Can't wear mail. Well, that's a worse... Can't use axes. So we gain nothing important for that. But except that in 2 seconds, we were able to get everything needed for that quest. Alright, so we're going to go up now and get the Shimmering Frond. Yeah, so same thing here. We're going to pull these people. Let me come over here. Then we just start killing. Because it's pretty strong. Like the ability to... He's just slow. That's the only problem. And if I don't care and I'm going more precision, I guess I'll switch over to cat form. Like if I just want to go get this 1 or 2 while I'm coming up here. What we want to do is go get this Enchanted Glade. There's also like a Shimmering Frond quest up there. We also have the Tears of the Moon. I pull a fight, yeah, like right here. So many of these guys, and they're all the melee ones. Now we want to just pull them all. It's just too good. Yeah, there needs to be some benefit to travel form. Because as of right now, it's like, what even is going on? Why? Now, supposedly the Mist quest does still exist. It might just be someplace else now. Mist was the quest where you would go save the cat. Look at the pack of... Now, I guess eventually once I can fly with the flight form, it'll be cool. Who are these people? Oh. Get off me, you punk. And that healing is pretty fast now. Alright, so... The Shimmering Frond. The fronds on this plant shimmer in the forest light, giving it a twisted, pulsing aura. You believe that Danalan would want a specimen of this. Oh, I never picked my class as well. So now, let's pick that last thing. Did I do a bookmark on that before? No. So we're going to look up Guardian Druid talents and decide what's the best. So, recommended single target raid, AoE Mythic Plus. I like that better. There's also Delves, or whatever. So, talent tree, hero style, I don't know what the difference is, but we're going to pick the first tier here. It looks like we are going to choose Rake. We have Frenzied Regeneration, and we're never going to pick this side. But I guess we want to pick Rake because it will open up something else. So Rake is going to be a cat form move that gives combo points and adds bleed over time. So that is not actually going to help us very much right now. It's a second combo generator. It does cost less money. I mean, less energy. I can't imagine why you'd want to use one over the other. It's 89. It's barely... Oh, did I not read the Shimmering Frond? Quest? The fronds on this plant shimmer in the forest light, giving it a twisting, pulsing aura. Bring it to Danalan. Yeah. Bring it to Danalan way down there? I don't believe it. Alright, so... play with that move for a minute, but you know, we also need the... Yeah, so instead, if you went with that first, but I can... In these short fights, when the 15 seconds of bleeding aren't going to matter, then it's not worth it. Like, why would I do that? Thought that thing was coming for me. Actually, I want this one. Yeah, so it depends on what I want to do. Do I want to clear out a big area for now? Then I'm going to switch to bear form. But right now, there's not really an intrinsic boost to... There's my spider mama. Alright, so I'm going to take this over in bear form. Okay, we're going to hit this. Really not bad. So we got that, and then we still have to go down and get Oakenscowl. Where is Oakenscowl? Right there. For some reason he had disappeared off my map for a minute. Just a regular dude. But he's on the other side of the river. There's a cat for him. While I'm making my way through quickly. Kind of cool though, to just be able to switch. Constantly just popping back and forth between your different forms. Because of that little power fantasy you get out of being a complete, utter shifter is pretty awesome. It does say that I'm a guardian druid. And who knows, I have no idea what are like the meme specs or whatever. Alright, so when we think about our warlock, let's think about what to make. I don't even know what kind of warlock we made our dude. Probably destruction would be my guess. Farinel was probably leaning that way. I also have had a destruction warlock as well. And I have also had an affliction. The one type of warlock that I've never ran is a demonology warlock. So when we make our warlock, maybe later today on this episode, because I think we're getting close to wrapping here. We should be able to go. Then I will probably make him, ultimately make him a demonologist. He's obviously not going to hit any kind of level where he can do that today. But there's Oakenscowl right there. Since he has moved to another spot of Teldrassil. He should res basically right away. This guy, this Night Elf Arms Warrior. All this drag. So he is level 11 and he can fly. Really? So let's see if we can do that too. No, I didn't. If that's the case, we want to filter flying mounts. We've gained all of these things. Unwrap my Lightwing Dragonhawk. That's cool. Let's unwrap this Star-Touched for... Oh my gosh, that's cute. Unlock Timbered Sky Snake. Cool. I don't know why I got all these. That thing looks awesome. A Voidwing Dragonhawk. That's cool. Those are all pretty cool. That's one of my favorite ones. What? These fly? Because I have... Flying is selected. I don't know what I would give this guy. That's a cool one too. Oh, that's a pretty cool dragon. Let's give myself some kind of... I don't even remember getting half of these. It's been so long. A recruiter friend. That thing's cool. Shadowlands did have some pretty cool mounts. Dang it. Hearthstone. I haven't played that in a while, so I guess I'm missing out on that one. I like that. I like that mount. Friendship Fox. Oh, that's cool. Alright, let's see what happens. Can this thing really fly? It can. How? How on God's green earth can it fly? That's ridiculous. So now any mount can fly. Stupid. Come on. I am going to use this mount, though. I like it. Alright, so... And that is faster than what we were working with. So... There's a reason why we should have that. Alright. Alright, Oakenscowl, here we go, buddy. We gained Oakenscowl's little heart. Okay, so now if we want to go back and fly... That's so stupid. Why? Why would you... do that? I don't understand why they make every mount be able to fly like a dragon now. Everyone? Maybe it's just because now you can have old ground mounts. I'm trying to just speculate, you know. Alright, so we just picked up a lot, first of all. At the top of our list here was the Enchanted Glade. So let's get that one turned in. And then we can continue. It seems like we haven't done a lot.
I am honored.
But their slashing talons and piercing beaks may prove a difficult match for your own abilities, Glyfurioso. But I have faith that you will not fail in this task.
Darnassus.
I'm impressed by what you have accomplished here in so short a time, Glyfurioso. Would that I could ask you to remain here to assist me with my duties. But I know in my heart that greater tasks lie ahead for you. So I can get a cape that's I don't have one, or it's actually a much better upgrade for me to gain these pants. Is it? Let's see. It is a 4-point armor, so that's probably my most important stat. 3 agility, 2 stam, and I lose a haste and a versatility. So it's like an 8-point upgrade, whereas this would just be like a 4-point upgrade. So I will take the pants.
Farewell.
It will also allow me to switch off of cloth pants so that I'm back to wearing leather pants, which I guess will help for my threat generation. I think. I don't know if that's still how it works. I think that's how it used to work. Whoops. Okay. So the Enchanted Glade. Nice. Okay, next on that list would be the Tears of the Moon. Maybe that's right here. Okay, let's turn that one in.
I am honored.
I regret the task that I have asked you to carry out, but Lady Sathra is beyond hope. It is our hope to offer the sacrifice of the spinnerets to Elune. The sacrifice Elune will bless Sathra so that she might be reborn and at peace.
Like your
The forest mourns for Lady Sathra, but it was something that had to be done. I hope now that she can rest in peace. Thank you, Glyfurioso. Cool. Okay, so Tears of the Moon has been done, and that is actually the one that's been sitting on top of our Wowhead log. So now I can actually pull 2 down. For whatever reason, Mist is still available, and it's not listed. So let's go find Mist. The Shimmering Frond is next. But Mist is not listed on there. We should be able to still find and do the Mist quest, which would be cool. So she's not listed, but it's a quest that I believe is still real. Can't use guns or axes. They're loving it. I'm loving it. Okay, let's clear out those bags.
Till next we meet.
Alright, we're gonna fly over. Actually, I might want to just get more herbs real quick. Yeah, see, I guess that's the benefit of travel form. Is we can... Well, there's another one side by side. I can stay in this form while I'm collecting my goods. We're also getting close to level 11. And if you look at the spreadsheet, we're getting close to having the same amount of quests that are completable that were done in Elwyn. Now, he did get a couple in Stormwind also. So this Mist quest is somewhere around here? I don't know. Where is it? Let's look and see. Yeah, it's in that little crevasse. I wonder if that's not really available anymore. Oops, wrong one. Let's see. It might be. Yeah, look, now it just popped up. So you just got to kind of go out of your way and look for it. I think I'm on the wrong side of the tree, but... There we go. Cool. So that's pretty neat that you can still go hunt out and find this little Easter egg of a quest. The saber cat's fur is a distinctive gray color, blending into the surrounding forest. As she lays there, you observe that she's badly wounded, with deep lacerations across her back and stomach. She raises her head and gazes at you, bright intelligence shining in blue eyes. She seems to wish to follow you. Okay, so we will escort her. We have 9 minutes now, so... That one is a... quest that could have been used. Come on, Mist. Cat on cat. Loose chain bracers. Okay, so Mist is following me. Pretty cool quest. And honestly, we are dead set on leveling up to level 11. It's going to happen right now. So Mist can just be turned in because it's not part of the quest line list. Where are we supposed to go? Over here? Sentinel Aranya Cloudbeak? Where is she? Oh, she's right there. So maybe we have to talk to her.
Ishnu Allah.
There you go. Mist, I feared I would never see you again. Yes, I am well. Do not worry for me. You must rest and recover your health.
Hello.
Oh, thank you, Glyfurioso. I feared I would never see Mist again, knowing only her death in my heart. Never to be reunited with my faithful companion. I owe you more than you can know, and you have my eternal gratitude. Yay! We've reached level 11 now, which gains us a talent point. We've gained these gloves, which are nice. +2 armor, +2 agility, +3 stam. Dang it. I like to be out of my form so I can actually see what it looks like. Okay, fine. And as we look at the talents, we now have a Guardian talent available. So this is a separate talent tree. You have to pick them all first. So this is a spends rage, single target, Maul. Okay, so when we're in Bear of Belpolm, so we now have a better way to spend our rage. These both are rage generators. And then we have... So I kind of maybe want to swap things. I don't know. Yeah, so this is a rage spender. This does nothing. Swipe is just generic. Mangle is a rage generator. I might swap around my bar here. That generates a lot of rage. So I think maybe Maul should go at the front. With then these two rage generators right. Nah. I like it like this. Because if I'm in AoE mode, that's not really going to matter. Although every now and then popping a Maul off, it actually should go in the front. Because it is a real rage spender. So that should be like highest priority when that is available. Frenzied Regeneration, though, is also a pretty good... So is Barkskin. Only lasts 8 seconds, but it's a pretty good one. Okay. Maybe Barkskin should be like first priority out for here. Then I can slot that there. Honestly, Growl is probably going to have to take over some spots there. Alright, so Oakenscowl can be turned in right there, allegedly. Let's go fly over to that guy. And then maybe I can turn the Frond into him over there, too. We actually want... See, the downside of flying like this is you're going to lose your ability to... notice all of the plants around you. Technically, the Shimmering Frond should be turned in first. Oh, did I? I think I forgot to put Mist just now. Okay, so... Twisted Hatred, Druid of the Claw, Seek Redemption, Ferocitus Zen's Bidding, Shimmering Frond. Is that the one I'm on right now? Yeah, the Shimmering Frond. Okay, so... That shows you, but we are in actuality. I'm going to talk to him. He will take it. Okay, good.
Goddess, watch over you.
You have something for me.
Good luck, friend.
Where did you get this? I haven't seen a plant like this since the sojourn I made to the Swamp of Sorrows decades ago. It's amazing that a specimen made its way to Teldrassil. Also, it's grown to such a size. Thank you, Glyphirioso. Forgive my shortness of words, but there is a test I would like to perform on this frond. See, he has a little thing there. Okay, so the Shimmering Frond has now... We already did a different one. It was called the Glowing Fruit, so now it's the Shimmering Frond. And that... The Burden of the Kaldorei, is that the other one we're on right now? We're on the Coming Down. Okay, done, done, done. Oakenscowl is next, which is also... where we're at right now. We're nearing the end.
I am honored.
Have you located Oakenscowl yet, Night Elf?
Good luck, friend.
I knew you were more than capable of ridding the lake of that horrible beast. It is a distressing situation. Oakenscowl was once a grand leader amongst his kind, but corruption does not discriminate between the lowly and the noble. The size of this tumor is quite disturbing, but I must study it to learn more about the disease that upsets the timberling population. Thank you, Big Furioso. Okay, so he doesn't give me anything good. Oakenscowl. Oh, we're very close. Now, they did have 4 extra quests added on for Stormwind. It's going to be pretty close to see who's truly next. All right, so the Waters of Teldrassil. So, oh, that's not yet. Okay, so now we need to do Teldrassil the Coming Down. That's our next quest, this one. I'm going to stay on ground form so I can continue to organically find herbs and stuff like that. Nice. Now we're getting 200 XP per herb. Guess I'll go in cat form because you're going to get little guys like this that are going to continue to mess about. Now, you could argue that we've done more because of we're higher level. This is now our highest level character in this iteration, but that's just because of all the side killing we've done and for herbalism. Didn't even have loot. Side killing and herbalism itself just gives you. So now we found the pools of Arlithrian. Also, we've explored a lot of zones. We've almost completely explored this entire zone. I don't know that we did that on Elwyn. There's a few zones you just don't have to go to. A few parts of the zone, I mean. Little discoverable areas. Yeah, those large venom sacs. But with first aid not being a thing anymore, I wonder what that even is for. I'm not going back up there for the piece. There's a Nightsaber Stalker. Okay, so here is... I think this is who you turn in the pool to. Maybe you turn it into her. Tarandrella. Okay, so we're going to go fill this vial up. It glows now. In weeks past, all of us living atop Teldrassil have found their memories blurry, as if time itself seized a portion of their lives. We break from this haze to find that Fandral Staghelm and many of his closest followers have disappeared without a word. So these things have changed, but in his place, Shando's Stormrage awoke from the dream and returned to his beloved Taronda Whisperwind. And with his return came Alexstrasza and Ysera to at long last offer their blessings upon Teldrassil. Though a small corruption lingers, desperately longing to be cleansed, the bowels of Teldrassil itself seem changed. Growth has begun anew. None know what to expect next, but with Malfurion and Taronda reunited, a new hope dawns on the Kaldorei. Hope for lasting relief from the shadow that has been cast on our people for so long. So this is a big change from Classic. And again, this is what you're experiencing at the time of Cataclysm. This isn't exactly necessarily where we are anymore.
Is there trouble?
I also think the names of these have changed. I don't remember that being called the Coming Down and stuff like that. It's good to see you again, Glee Furioso. I see you have succeeded in collecting the waters of the Moonwells on behalf of Carithra's Moonrage. I hope you've learned much along the way.
Hi!
Indeed, I have spoken to Carithras on my way here, and he has gifted me with the waters you have been gathering. They may well prove useful sooner than we'd imagined. Strangely, the growing corruption we felt is actually a good sign. Teldrassil has been burdened with this taint for a long time, and thanks to the blessing of the dragon aspects, only now is it coming to the surface in a form that we might strike against.
Ah, the great outdoors.
Alright, so that is called Teldrassil the Coming Down. Perfect. And then the next is called The Vengeance of Elune. Is that part of our quest? That one is not. That was not added. So this finale part of the quest line we can't quite do. The Waters of Teldrassil which now comes from her.
What is nature's
We
call?
can't complete that yet, so we're blocked off from the waters of Teldrassil. So we will not be able to complete the waters of Teldrassil yet, because that is that's the wrap up of the quest chain. Now, unless there is, what else are we missing here on this list? Then Home of the Kaldorei is, I don't think. Now this one, well, we did that one actually. To Darnassus, and we have that one right now. Okay, I think we've done all of the others. Did we do Reminders of Home? Yeah. All right, so that is now locked off. We can't complete, so the Waters of Teldrassil, and then the next in the chain was called Home of the Kaldorei, and that's not even on there. So that's fine. We can still wrap up a little bit. There are no Darnassus quests. We can fly into Darnassus to do this quest over here. It's actually quicker.
What brings you here?
How may I help you? Do we have the recipe book to read? No, we can't read it.
Good luck, friend.
Something for me. I wonder who sent
May
it.
the star-
Okay, so that was called To Darnassus. Okay. Oh, mighty close. So that did tie us an unexpected gift. This is wonderful. It's just the kind of thing I need to remind me of home while I continue my studies in the Temple of the Moon. I'll try out one of the recipes tonight. I can't wait. Also, by the way, that Tears of the Moon, if you remember, there's one or two quests that used to be considered a Darnassus
Farewell.
quest that have now been shifted and is a Teldrassil quest.
Vishnu Allah.
Would you take this short note of thanks back to Nyoma? You can hire a hippogriff to take you back to Dolinar. Just visit our hippogriff master, Leora, when you're ready to leave. She'll help you get a ride back to
May
Dolinar.
the stars guide
Okay, so To Darnassus has been completed. Alright, and now, again, I don't think... Oh, it's right here. You're literally just walking right over to the flight path.
Goddess bless you.
What? What's her note? Let's read it.
Goddess watch over
It says, Nyoma, you can't imagine how surprised I was to receive the recipe book. Everything you included is just as I remember from home. I can't wait to try out the new recipes. When you have some time, you should come visit me in Darnassus. I'll even cook for you. Your friend, Aquin.
Peace be with you.
Where would you like to fly?
Go in peace.
Are you ready to return to Dolinar?
May the
Do
stars
you need a ride
guide
back to Dolinar? Okay, so an unexpected gift was the one we just finished. And then return to Nyoma. It would be easy to get you a flight back to Dolinar. Since you already know Fidelio in Dolinar, you'll be able to fly back there without any problems. Whenever you arrive at a new town, you should remember to speak to the flight master so that you can fly to and from the new location. Speak with me when you're ready to hire a hippogriff to return to
Goddess
Dolinar. Alright, we'll fly it
brings you
just
here.
once. We'll go to Dolinar. And we'll let that... This is called Return to Nyoma. It's going to be done. So if you look at the other quests, so Waters of Teldrassil was knocked out. To Darnassus, Return to Nyoma, Unexpected Gift. Dolinar Delivery. Everything else is done. We've done all the other quests. So Teldrassil, after this return, we're going to do our blacksmithing for a minute. I mean, our alchemy. And then we are done with Teldrassil. And we're right about how long I thought it would take us. So next time this character gets played, they will be in... We're going to go take over and do the one Darkshore quest we can do. And that is about... Now, I think travel form will eventually allow you to fly as well. I don't know what level you have to be for that, but...
What brings you here? A Shah fella?
Lee Furioso, you're back from
Good
Darnassus.
luck, friend.
Sounds like she loved it. Thank you for bringing the book to Sister Queen Lee Furioso. One of these days I intend to take her up on her invitation to visit her in Darnassus.
Farewell.
53 silver. Can you imagine getting 53 silver from a quest at level 11? Alright, so let's go in here. Start rocking and rolling. Alright, so we have... Let's mathematically... So Silverleaf is tied with a bunch of stuff. Silverleaf and Mage Royal to get us our... Do I have any other use for Mage Royal as of right now? No. So let's go with that. At least just get us one to get us to 30. Okay, cool. And you talk to the alchemy trainer, and there's nothing there. Okay, so now we keep going. We're going to go ahead and build 5 more. That should get us to 35 alchemy. Plus, you know, mana potions. They're useful, right? Now, I'm not optimizing this because who cares? It's not that serious. Obviously, so easy to get stuff. That is not... So still nothing.
Balloon light your path.
So let's go 5 more. So that'll bring us to 40. Which is pretty good. And our overall herbalism is... I don't know where we're at, but... Okay, so we're up to 40. Now we can get minor rejuvenation potion. Cool. Alright, so what does that require? That's 2 Mage Royal and a Peace Bloom. So I would say not as I am outside. So that's another good thing about cat form is you don't have to worry about being outside or not. Like, they've really nerfed ground travel form as a druid. They should at least make it as fast as a ground mount. Alright, so we are going to have time today to make our Undead Tirisfal Glades character. There's nothing in Death Knell that we will be able to do. We are going to need to have 2 tailors because we need both of those things.
How may I help?
So, look, they've also reduced... Crystal Vial is the only kind of vial now, so you don't need to collect all these different kinds of bottles for different kinds of potions. That's useful. Yeah, so I was trying to think that out before. We have 4 more character classes that we can make after this. We need 2 of them have to be alchemy and enchanters. So that's what's hurting us. Because we don't have another engineer yet. We don't have anyone that's an engineer. The newer jobs like jewel crafting, inscription, they don't matter in this expansion. Alright, so I'm going to continue to make... How many of these do I need? Yeah, 5. Let's go ahead. Make 5 of these. It's just a good use. It's just good business. Even though rejuvenation potions are more useful, they don't really matter.
Greetings.
Okay, nothing to be done there.
Balloon light your path.
And then let's continue. We'll make 4 more of these to get rid of our Mage Royal. It's good. And we still, if you look, we still haven't... None of these have become harder to make yet. Okay, so now these are going to be a Peace Bloom with a Silver Leaf. Peace Bloom with 2 Earth Roots. 1 Earth Root, 1 Silver Leaf. Yeah, let's go with that. So we're just going to make 1 Lion Strength. So now I'm at 50. Oh yeah, and you don't need to do... So now we can have Minor Fortitude. You don't need to become the different ranks now. That's another thing. You don't need to be Journeyman. I have all 300 open to me now. So that's cool. Alright, so that was Fortitude. That requires... Right? Yeah. So now that's a health bonus. 1 Peace Bloom, 2 Earth Root. Same exact for doing Weak Troll's Blood. So it doesn't really matter. Alright, but in the short term, I think it's going to be easier if I go with these. So let's go 5 of these bad boys. Okay. I might as well just make 1 more. I don't think there's going to be anything at 55. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Boom. Okay. Now that, though, I think to get these lesser healing, you need Briarthorn, which we don't have yet. So here we go. We can make 5 more of these. They're the same thing. Would I rather have 39 health or the Rejuvenation? I guess I'll go with the Fortitude. I can only make 5 more because I only have 5 crystals right now. Or, I mean, yeah, crystal vials. So I'll have to go buy some more vials. Also, those things are getting weaker on the that list, so that's not anything. Let's go buy another stack of vials. Yeah, so that's great. So we are starting to get to the point where we're going to need to move on out of this zone to level up our alchemy more. No worries. We will do that. And we play around, and we now need to collect a bunch of Briarthorn to help us with
Ishnu del Diab.
help us with the changing our little potions over into lesser, our minors into lessers. We're about at the end of the road here. This guy. So we are almost... Yeah, we only have enough for 2 more. Because of the earth. Now we have plenty of Peace Bloom. That's good to know. Now, I don't know what you're supposed to do for the pigment. It doesn't look like it raises anything up. We are now at 63. So that's cool. We would need... Can still, if we had Silver Leaf, we could still buff our pigment out, our minor potions, and now that it feeds into that, that's a good idea.
I am honored.
Cool.
Go in peace.
Let's sell off. Oh, I need a vendor that has some repair. There you go. And then we're going to log right here, and we're going to switch over, and to wrap our episode up, we're going to very quickly knock out Tirisfal Glades. There is no Darnassus, as I mentioned. Can't wear that. Cool. Added it to my thing. Great. I love it. We had a great time with this character. And it's time to log. And switch on over, and we're going to make our 6th of the original 8 races. We've done 5. We're going to create a new character now. Okay, it's going to be a Horde character. We're going to make... Oh, we have not completed the War Within campaign, so I can't have Earthen. That's fine. I didn't want one. We actually want an undead. There we go. The only undead character we made on this show was a male, so we will make a female. It was a warlock, so we will keep her as a warlock. This is going to be our Forsaken character. She's going to be named Gleamonology. Like demonology, right? Ha ha ha. And we're going to make her a demonologist. Little on the nose. Okay, I don't know that I've ever made a female undead before. So, I also don't have an iconic character I want her to look like, so we're gonna be a little bit more free to sort of just make her look however we want. But I do want her to be sort of demonish-y. Okay. Well, I don't know that I want her to be green. That's kind of weird. Okay, what if we go with like a black-red combo? Nah. This purple's okay. And the light pinkish... Alright, let's start there. Skin type, do we want bony? Mottled? Or just a fresh dead body? Let's go all in. Make her sick. Make her nice and bony. Actually... This is so gross. Mottled is like she's starting to decay. But her face is terrible anyway. I guess we can change that face. And her hands are so sick. I'll go fresh. Hairstyle. Okay, wild, alright. Shaggy, loose. Bride of Frankenstein? That's kind of funny. No. Man, these just don't look good. Death Rock? No hair. Okay, I kind of like this a little bit. No. Yeah, I want it to be like wild everywhere. That's kind of funny. I just don't know that I like that. Okay, wild is okay. Windswept. Oh man. The long just looks like so sick on her. The Sprouts looks dumb with this face. Maybe if I change the face. No. Strap. So none. Strapped. Rotting. Putrid. That's sick. Do I want straps covering her eyes? No. Okay, intact jaw. Stitches. Bone-jawed. Toothy. Gross. This is just the reason why I do not make these. For now, I'll go in... Oh, I skipped face, that's why. Oh, this just looks like a normal person there. You? Oh man, this is creepy. What the heck is that? It's like a clown. Okay. No. Alright. I skipped all these. Hair color? That pink is ridiculous. I kind of wanted it to be like a reddish. But that leaves me between hot pink or like this kind of brownish. Or I can go straight black. And then eyes, I want her to be red for sure. Sick. Eyesight, yeah, I don't like having neither. Now let's maybe change the skin color and see what goes better with this combo. It's like an earthen. Creepy. This is not it. I mean, that's okay. What she had right now. That's too light. I would change my mind. Jeez. Okay.
Now I think this hair is dumb. I just can't get behind it. Alright. Okay, we'll go with that one. Now let's look at the face again. Not facial features. Face style. That one's look cool. I'm not a fan of, not for this character, I'm not a fan of the rotting. That is just creepy. It's too creepy for me. Should I go with this nice face? Okay. What if I change the hairstyle again? What am I even going for? That's the problem here is I don't have a almost like she's gonna be succubus-y style on her own. She looks like Elvira. Knowledge bump. Kinda funny. That's dumb. Sorry. Can't do it. That looks okay. No, the long looks gross on her. Soaked? Why is it soaked? Why does that have to be called that? Makes me overthink it. Alright, maybe I'll go with this Elvira look now. Weird. Alright, that's it? There's no more that I can do for her? Why does she look so mannish about the shoulders? Gross. Alright, am I making an Elvira looking person? Sure. She looks like a little Elvira vampire. Okay, I'll go for it. Hey, we gotta slide him above. She's number 6. Okay, kick it off. The only thing we have to do for her is the 4 quests to go from Brill to Tirisfal and back. That's it. And she'll be done, and then we'll be...
Though Lady Sylvanas and her Forsaken finally took vengeance upon their hated enemy, the Lich King, their dark crusade in Northrend proved costly. Betrayed by Grand Apothecary Putrus at the Battle of Wrathgate, the Forsaken's devious plague of death was unleashed upon both the Alliance and the Horde to calamitous effect. Unbeknownst to Sylvanas, Putrus and his demonic ally, Veramathras, had taken control of the Undercity. As a result, the Forsaken were wrongly blamed for the traitor's atrocities. Though the Undercity was eventually retaken, Sylvanas and her followers still bear the weight of Putrus' sins. Mistrusted by the other members of the Horde, the Forsaken must now prove their loyalty to the cause and redeem themselves from their supposed treachery. To this end, Sylvanas has bolstered her defenses within the Tirisfal glades and readied her undead forces for any contingency. As one of the Forsaken, you must use your cunning and viciousness to slay any who would pose a threat to Sylvanas' rule, be they human, undead, or otherwise.
So that's actually cool. A cool story that is spoiling a little bit of what happens in some of the future expansions, and that's kind of unavoidable. But I was on the fence between whether or not we let that happen or we skip these stories, and I decided to just roll with it. I have rigor mortis at the top. My bones and joints are stiff. This character is going to be a ranged demonologist type. And we are finished with our creation here. Alright, so you can't get that quest. You have to get the Fresh Out of the Grave quest, and she gets rigor mortis off of you.
So we had to pick that quest up, but we do not have to complete it. It's just gonna sit for her until the freaking expansion is over. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. She starts off with Shadow Boat, which is awesome. She can cannibalize. Only works, so she can eat 7%, so 35% of her health over 10 seconds. So it is a worse version of Recuperate. She can shoot if she has a wand. There you go. So she does have Will of the Forsaken to get rid of fears and stuff. She has resistance to shadow. 5% chance to drain and heal. And you can breathe in water forever. That's cool. It's a good one. That's a good passive. Alright, so we've woken up, but we are... And this Agatha person gave us a quest, but we're ignoring that for now. That's kind of why, like, everything has changed so much for this character. We're going to go to auto loot, and we are also going to add our little action bar. Alright, so the only quest we have to do as we mess about here is for Tirisfal Glades. We go to the next set. It's very small. There are just these 1, 2, 3, 4, and there are no Undercity quests, just like there are no Darnassus quests that still remain. So it's the Michael Garrett supplying Brill, bobbity booba. If we look at this quest line, it begins with supplying Brill, and it starts at Deathguard Morris in Brill. So that's where we're going to go. So this is Tirisfal Glades. Cool. We'll fix that. So now, as we go walk about here, we can look into killing and everything. Our rigor mortis is worn off. So let's test a kill or two here. Let's cast this Shadow Bolt and see how it is to be a warlock right off the bat. Okay, fine. Shadow Bolt not as OP damaging as it once was. So here's Death Knell, the starting town. Already a quest available. We're gonna go ahead and fight. We're just gonna fight a couple on our way out, because if we can end up getting 1 or 2 levels while we screw around with her, more the better. Ow. Okay. Yeah, that's... I guess we gotta start a much further... Get prepared to cast 3 of them. And get used to maybe... This is Executor Aaron. Maybe provide some... Oh! Seems like we also have some sort of charge system. Instead of a demon, whatever they're called, instead of soul shards coming from drained enemies, there is a new system. It's been a while, actually. I think that's been around for a while. I just haven't played a retail warlock in some time. Okay. So that's all that is. I'm just killing one of each of these types as we go through for fun. Now she's gonna... We will make her an enchanter tailor instead of an alchemist. Because we don't need a horde alchemist. But we need an enchanter tailor. Which also means that when we make our gnomish mage, we're locked in. That will be the next character we make. That they have to be an enchanter tailor. Okay, because we need that. Then when we make our troll priest, we have some options. So the final character that we make will be a second orc, and that one is a little. That's a little easier because the orc will. That's going to be our orc warrior. We have to be a blacksmith warrior for that. So then, boom, we'll have a blacksmith set up. Not a lot we can do. He's going to get sent out into the world and have to reach level 5 to become a blacksmith. That's the whole point of his life. Yeah, I don't know exactly where we go with some of this stuff. Alright, so there's a couple people right there. So they already give you a kind of a mini... But we're going to Brill. Is she fighting with a little staff? Yeah, bent staff. Just killing. So this is not the most... Is there a flight path right there? This is not the most, like, what am I trying to say? Not the most economical way to level up. Although I do think we're like one mob away from leveling up. Look at this guy that's controlling the road there. So anyway, I'm not sure exactly how I want to do it. Like the first zone, there we go, we hit level 2. It's great. So this gained corruption. It's a good spot for it to go right there. It's just a dot. Those two things combined will be good as we hit level 2. Because then you can hit it with that, then instantly hit a corruption on top of it. And then you don't even have to worry about the secondary effect. Alternatively, see, it has a 2-second cast, which is the slowest cast we've had so far. So, it's absolutely worth starting the cast early. Now, another thing we could do is we could kite. We could get used to kiting. Like I hit him with that, and then I just kite him. Don't even have to worry about casting. Which that's fine too. We're level 1. Can't learn any jobs yet. And really, we're almost done with this character already because there's not a lot that we're going to do. There is a lot that we will have to work on. It's just not here yet, you know? We're at Cold Hearth Manor. This is the last little area before we reach Brill. It's just that almost all of these quests have changed for whatever reason. So I don't know why. Like, this is what's weird to me. Like, a putrid task, that is not... Well, that's not new. So why is that considered... Like, what creates the different kind of tag? The only thing I can think of is... Maybe they're tied to a whole chain now and they've recoded and rewritten everything about them. They're changed so significantly, whereas with the other quests, they were able to more or less leave them the same, and they could edit them. So that's the only thing I can really think of. I mean, even if you look, Brill is completely different looking now. It's a fortified town, so that's interesting. I mean, I haven't been to Brill in a while. So here we have a flight path person. Cool. Marksman, hunter, troll. Trolls are cool. Alright, so we're looking for that guy. What's the quest that we need to find? I already forgot. Maybe it's supplying Brill? Yeah, supplying Brill from Deathguard Morris. That's Executor Zygund. There he is. Okay.
Speak quickly.
What are you looking for? Executive Zygon asked me to take stock of our equipment here in Brill. With the Scourge and worse lurking in the woods, he doesn't want the Death Guards to lack gear they might need. I found that we are in general well stocked, but we do need more weapons to replace those lost in the field. Here is a requisition order of what is needed for the weapon dealer, Gordon Wentham in the Undercity. Take the order to Bathandler Annette and speak with her about the transport to the Undercity. Cool. Will do. And the weapon order says, by order of Executor Zygon, below are the items deemed necessary in order to maintain the stock of Brill. 12 longswords, 9 daggers, 8 round axes, 8 round shields, 15 axes, and 1,000 arrows. Fulfillment of this order is to be considered a direct command of the Dark Lady, and those responsible will be brought to her attention, as will any who oppose or otherwise hamper her wishes.
I haven't got all day.
You appear to be on an official business.
Goodbye.
An order for supplies. You will want to take this to the Undercity, no doubt, and quickly, for Brill must not be left understocked.
Trust no.
Okay, so supplying Brill is our first one. Fine. And then ride to the Undercity. One of my bats can take you to the Undercity. Normally these flights require a small fee, but the flight to Undercity is complimentary for a lovely undead like you. Speak with me again when you are ready, so that we may arrange your transport. You will find Gordon Wentham in the trade quarter of the Undercity. That is the same quarter where my bat will land.
Do not seek death.
Cool. Alright, so now we are going to fly right to Undercity, which is interesting. This and Teldrassil are, I think, the two zones that have changed the most with the advent of the new quests. I don't really know. Even as you go fly upon it, how does it look now? This is there always were sewers that you could get in. I don't know how much this has changed. I think they've widened them so that you can fly yourself in there if you're riding your dragon mount. Now that those are faster than actually flight points, the flight points are really just so that you can kind of go AFK and not think about things. Soon, I would imagine, they will make them close to free. They're not already. No, I don't think they are. We did pay. But yeah, at this point, why not just make them free? Okay, perfect. We're here. There's not a lot we're going to do while we're here. But we are going to talk to this guy.
Hello.
Greetings and welcome. I'm not very good at smiling, but trust me, I am happy to serve you. You can have... What am I supposed to use for bad eyes? It's white, so that means they have a purpose. So we're going to save it for now. Alright, buddy. Ride to the Undercity. I keep my weapons in top condition. They are cleaned and ready for use.
Victory for
Order from
Sylvanas.
Brill. Very well. It is an honor to serve those who serve our Dark Lady.
Farewell.
Okay, ride to the Undercity is done. Ride to the Undercity. Second one of this is done. Michael Garrett, I have placed Brill's supplies into this crate. If you have already visited Brill and spoken with their Batmaster, then you may ride a bat back to her. Speak with Undercity's Batmaster, Michael Garrett. He can provide you with a bat to Brill. Thanks, buddy. I will.
What is it?
If you must travel a long distance, then a bat is your best option.
Trust no one.
This crate must reach Brill quickly. That is easily done. Our bats fly there daily.
Remember.
Okay, third quest done. Michael Garrett. That really... Return to Morris. This is wrapping us up. The Batmaster in Brill is Bathandler Annette. If you've already met her, then I can give you a bat to fly back to her. Our bats will always fly to the Undercity, but to travel to more remote locales, their rider must first visit the area and speak with its Batmaster. You've met Annette in Brill, so you may now fly bats there. Speak to me again when you are ready.
Embrace the shadow.
Let's rock and roll. Back to Brill. And this quest, Return to Morris, is the last one. Alright, so where will we be? What will we be doing tomorrow or on our very next episode? That is a good question. So we're going to start looking at the secondary zones. So the very first one that kicks off is there any quests in Moonglade that are actually like hey, these are Moonglade specific quests. I don't think so. So if you scroll and you look around, there is nothing. So Moonglade could have been something that we looked at in Kalimdor, but there are no quests. And as Horde, we have not been there. Interesting. Okay, then we would look at Westfall. There are 2 Westfall quests. So tomorrow, that's where we'll kick off. We're not going to make a new human, so we're going to keep our... We'll start with our Paladin and go do the 2 Westfall quests. The hidden quest, Cluck, is still available. Then there's also the Furlbrow Deed, which we pick up in Undercity, in Elwyn, and we go over there.
What now?
That obviously will not take us our entire episode time, so we will continue from that point on. Taking some other characters, we'll look and see, okay, well, the next step would be the Barons after that. No, not the Barons, actually. After that, it would be Loch Modan. So then what we'll do is we will create our gnome character and move her over into Loch Modan. But actually, there may not be a Loch Modan quest, so that might be unneeded. Alright, so return to Morris. Demonology, you returned. You have our supplies from the Undercity. Good work, Demonology. These weapons will ensure our death guards don't get caught unprepared. You've done a valuable service for our Dark Lords. Alright, so I did hit level 3, and I've now gained the ability to summon my very own imp, which I love. We also gained the new passive effect, Soul Shards. So, while out of combat, I will slowly regenerate up to 3. So, for instance, it costs a Soul Shard to summon my baby imp. And that's it. So, they've talked about the Soul Shard thing. And now my imp over here, he has the passive effect. He casts Firebolt. We can move, follow, make him attack. He is, I think, turned on to assist. Which is, I think, what you want. You want... Volrod is the name of my little guy. You cannot change his name. So Volrot is who Gleamonology, the first of her demons, has now taken up residence in Brill. I think that's it. I think that's where we go from here. We're going to go take a step inside here. And there's not a lot. We'll go ahead and make our set our Hearthstone here. Why not? Who cares? It gives us, it's close enough to Tirisfal. And that's it. So we have this episode in the pipe. 5x5. Thanks everybody for watching, listening, and tuning in. And I'll see you guys on the next episode of Lore of Warcraft.